So these are paid personal readings. These are not free. I'm just setting up here, so just give me 2 more minutes and then we will go ahead and get ourselves started. But again, these are paid personal readings. These are not free. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 64. 64, you'd like to know thoughts and feelings. Let us see. All right, so this seems to be thinking about how the two of you can communicate. When we have the energy coming forward here of the Page of Swords as well as the Page of Cups, we are trying to think about ways that we can connect, that we can communicate, that we can see some sort of flow come forward. How can we have an opportunity here to see some sort of joy come forward in connecting with you? How can we communicate some more flow of energy? How can we communicate some desire, right? When we have the energy coming forward here of the High Priestess, though, they can get into a place of being in a little bit in their mind, a little bit more trying to like intuitively feel out, intuitively find a way to connect, intuitively find a way to make something happen here when it comes to moving forward. Because the King of Swords says that they're trying to be logical. So they're trying to be in their mind, they're trying to figure out, how can I connect with you? How can I communicate with you? How can I see some sort of direction forward here when it comes to you, so that we can move forward in a way that brings in like a logical avenue of moving ahead, right? And how can we bring forward some sort of fun? How can we bring forward some sort of caring, joyous energy to be able to move forward with? And when we have the Hierophant, we want this pattern to be able to be something that we can be for the longer period of time. We don't want a pattern here that's just going to be something that we can do for today. We want to see a way to kind of create the sense of movement or create the sense of flow forward that can be something that's a little bit more longer lasting. So I see this combination as I'm thinking about how to connect with you, how to move something forward, how to create some sort of flow, how to be in your energy, and how to create this sense of communication between the two of us so that we can continuously see things move forward, so that we can find an avenue to connect and find an avenue to see a direction that can like build up this momentum to better move forward between the two of us. So that's kind of what I see the energy coming forward here. So let's go ahead and see on how would he mention, or how would he feel if you mentioned seeing somebody. Let us see. All right, so with this combination, I see him feeling a little bit unsure if this is then the right pathway for him to follow. We have the Page of Swords, which is high curiosity with the Two of Swords. So we're in a place of really thinking, is this the best avenue? Is this the best direction? Especially when it comes to the chariot, they may be looking for more of a one-on-one sort of scenario rather than involving multiples. And so if they're in a place of pursuit of you, they can be wondering if this is the best direction for them to follow, or if there's other things that kind of need to be brought forward, or if there's other things that need to be considered when it comes to connecting. The Seven of Swords energy really can strongly come forward to say, is this something that then I should kind of move away from, right? The Seven of Swords would then be choosing ourselves, because we have the Five Swords there that we're selecting with our decision, the Two of Swords. It's kind of like recognizing that maybe we should make the decision here of selecting ourselves, selecting the energy for us, rather than trying to move forward here in another direction. So when it comes to this style of combination here, I see this as basically saying that they would feel uncertain if connecting with you would be the best pathway for them, or if they should kind of sneak away into another direction. Because the energy that's coming forward here when it comes to the idea of like, not necessarily partnership, but being around each other or interacting with each other here through the idea of the Chariot, we would only really want something to come forward in a place of like one-on-one rather than involving multiples. So I would see that they would kind of come forward in a place of being very unsure if this is something that they should move ahead into, or if they would be better off moving into a different direction, if there would be something that would kind of work for them in a little bit of a different way. It kind of brings in a reflection of being unsure about the connection itself. So I don't think that there is a sense of like jealousy or anything like that comes forward. I don't really see any sort of like negativity that comes forward. It's just more of saying, okay, is that the best direction for me to be in if I'm looking for something that's a little bit more of a one-on-one style of situation? If you already have your attention elsewhere, is that really where I need to find myself, be put in this style of situation, or should I just move forward into something else? That's kind of how I see this energy coming forward here. So I think that they would feel quite uncertain about, continuing forward, moving forward, connecting still, if you were just going to still pursue another. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. We have order number 65. 65, you'd like to know, does M miss you? Let us see. All right, so based off this combination, I would say yes. There is a sort of like longing energy for the past here with the Six of Cups as well as the Three of Wands, which can say that they're longing for memories or longing for connection with you, or looking towards the ideas of you from the past and kind of holding on to that sort of direction, or holding on to that sort of energy in general. And then when we have the Judgment card coming forward here as well, though, they might be in a place of saying, okay, even though I do get into an energy of missing you, I am not going to be in a place of like fantasizing. I'm going to be looking towards the past, right? But I'm not going to be overly looking towards the future and kind of like maybe projecting a reality as to the possibilities of reconnecting or connecting with you in general, and kind of allowing myself to get too far ahead of myself, right? The Fool as well as the Judgment is very much, I'm just going to look in the present moment at what's happening for me right now, or I'm going to look at what I know and remember of you what I know, and kind of hold on to that. But the Three of Wands would definitely come forward here in this place of missing. Now, when we do have the Hermit energy coming forward here as well, the Hermit would come forward in a place of just taking things one step at a time. So very much, again, in that sort of direction of saying, I'm not going to allow myself to get into fantasy when it comes to missing you. I'm just going to miss you based off of what I know about you. And then when we also have the energy coming forward here of the King of Cups, we get into a place that comes forward with the emotions in the right place. And so if we had the King of Cups in the reverse, I would say that there would be be like a kind of maybe even a desperate energy attached or emotionally unbalanced energy attached. But with the King of Cups in the upright position, they are still feeling in a very neutral energy when it comes to you, or feeling very balanced when it comes to you. And then the Nine of Wands, though, is going to be kind of a closed out energy. So again, they might want to fantasize about connecting with you. They might want to fantasize about the different possibilities of being in your energy or reaching out, things like that with the Three of Wands. But the idea of the Nine of Wands is going to be closing ourselves out to certain desires or certain wants, right? And so they might even find themselves be in a place where they close themselves down, even though they want to fantasize. They close themselves down just because they want to kind of remain realistic when it comes to the situation and not get into a place of fantasy. But I would say that they do miss you based off this combination. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com, for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here for 66. 66, does he plan to meet up with you in person? Let us see. Alrighty, so based on this combination, I'd more so say no than yes. This is a very difficult energy when it comes to moving forward. So the Ten of Wands can be a lot of expectations, a lot of heaviness, a lot of burdened sort of direction of life. So this can say that they have a lot going on right now, and it may be hard to kind of make a time, create a time, or move something forward when it comes to meeting in person. And the King of Wands can also be somebody who's not necessarily in a place of making plans when it comes to in the physical, right? We're not really looking for those pentacles. We're more so looking for the energy here with this King of Wands, the passion, the desire. Now, when we also have the Devil card coming forward here as well, we have this sort of direction of fear when it comes to interaction. And so the Ten of Wands coming forward with the Devil can bring forward a lot of restriction when it comes to creating action, restriction when it comes to moving forward, restriction when it comes to creating some sort of flow. And so the Justice card can more so talk about separation than it talks about togetherness. So I don't really see the idea coming forward here as them kind of being in a place to plan to meet. They might look for something really suddenly with the Judgment card. When they see an opening, they might take an opening. But based on this combination, it looks like they're more so in a place of saying, I don't really have maybe the time, or I don't really have the extra energy right now to be able to meet in person. And so I don't really see them being in a place here to plan to meet in person. So let us go ahead and see, what is he wanting with yourself? All right. So right now it looks like he's wanting to have an opportunity to grow and make new memories. We don't really see anything coming forward here that's saying that we're looking for like commitment. We don't really have anything saying that we're looking for friends with benefits. We're just looking to be in a place to connect. The Empress wants to grow in new ways, so we might just want a new beginning. When we have the Page of Wands, we want an adventurous energy, we want fun, we want passion, we want excitement. So this is very much just in a place here of wanting to have some sort of kind of new ways of connecting, new ways of making memory, new ways of having fun. They might even want to reflect on themselves here with this energy of the Hermit and kind of figure things out as they go, as they feel certain ways to you, or as they have certain memories of connecting with you, as they're around you. They then would have the opportunity to kind of take things step by step, realization by realization, and kind of move things forward from there. So I don't really see them being in a place of wanting anything particular besides just to be in an open state of energy to make memories, connect, and kind of see where things go. That's what I see coming forward here. So let's go ahead here with 67. 67, you'd like to know current thoughts and feelings. Let us see. So I did whack that one. Alrighty. So when it comes to this combination here, it seems like they're trying to think about ways that the two of you can kind of communicate where it's not going to create an ending and it's going to have an opportunity to kind of connect the two of you. When we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords energy come forward, they think that they have to be very direct in terms of communication, or that they have to be in a place of kind of being like removing emotions, or removing removing emotions in order to create conversation. They think that that's the best way here when it comes to connecting with you, to kind of push to the side the emotions and find a logical way to connect. So we would more so, like, if we are in the workplace, we're going to directly talk about work, right? We're going to talk about something that we can't bring emotions up in order to create that point of flow. With the Magician, we're thinking about creation. How can we create an opportunity? How can we take an advancement step forward? How can we get some sort of flow moving ahead? So it seems like their energy here right now is very much in a place of saying, I want to kind of close a gap so that we can kind of talk, or we can kind of connect, but I feel like it's the best way to do it in more of a logical way. But I don't want to create an ending when it comes to creating communication. I don't want to, try to start something up and then it doesn't go the way that I want, but I also want to have an opportunity here to connect and bridge some sort of gap here with the Five of Pentacles. So I would say that they feel excited when it comes to you, but they're also feeling this sense of nervousness of the possibility of something going wrong when it comes to communication, but definitely being in a place of wanting to connect and thinking about how they can create that sense of communication flow between the two of you. So that's what I would say. So let's go ahead here with 68. 68, he would like to know, will they text you anytime soon? Let's go ahead and see. All right. So I do see them texting you, but just not anytime soon. When we have the Eight of Wands energy coming forward here, we are trying to see this energy being directed ahead. We're trying to see the communication come forward. Also, with the Eight of Pentacles, we're trying to see something be built up here. We're trying to have an opportunity of a flow. We're trying to have a way to connect and to create this sort of direction forward, momentum forward. So not just even sending one text message that's going to create a dead end conversation. We're more so thinking about how can we create this text message here so that we can get the ball rolling when it comes to conversation. Now, when we also have the Five of Swords energy coming forward, there may be a difference for what they can do versus what you can do right now. So you might be in a place to be able to communicate, you might be in a place to be able to respond, but they could be in a place that's a little bit different than you, and that can create the sense of like distance or challenging energy when it comes to what each other could expect of each other. So based on this combination here, I would say that it does look like that they will communicate with you, that they will send you a text message, but I just don't see it happening soon. I see this energy coming forward here as saying something is trying to push itself further into more of a long haul idea. So given some more time, it seems like they may be in a place of a bit stubbornness here right now, not really having the ability or direction or kind of way to create a sense of flow. And so they might more so be in a place of it needing to take some time before that they can really move something forward here and connect. So based on this combination, I'd more so say that they will text you, but just not necessarily soon. This is going to be something that needs to take more time rather than something that can happen quickly. So yes to text, but no to soon. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, so let us go ahead and see. Whoops. If he doesn't just want to keep things online, let us see. Alrighty. So right now it is a I don't want to force it sort of situation. So they are seeing here through the lens with the devil as well as the strength card as how things can kind of be brought up with issues in terms of connecting. So they're more so saying, I am trying to keep my sense of stability here with this King of Pentacles. And I'm trying to kind of keep the peace for myself here as well through the idea of the temperance. And so not really forcing any sort of interaction, because making some sort of interaction here to them leads towards the idea of the devil, restrictions or difficulties. So it looks like with the Queen of Swords that they're being kind of strict when it comes to the energy. So right now, I would say that it does look like he wants to keep things online. And we did see that through the rest of the other card combination before either, where they're saying it kind of brings forward a heaviness to meet in person. And so with that idea of the heaviness, with that idea of the difficulties, with the idea of the devil, I would more so say that he wants to keep it online rather than meeting in person, because keeping it online kind of creates a sense of structure for themselves, stability for themselves with the King of Pentacles. It creates a sense of peace and balance energy where they are in control of their environment rather than it being something that is going to um rather than it's going to be something that can kind of disrupt their energy, right? If they're bringing forward constantly the energy of the devil, they do have a strong fear of what it means to maybe interact, or how the two of you interacting can kind of create a bit of a domino effect in their own life. So right now, I more so see this coming forward here as saying that I need a bit of time for myself, or I need that sense of distance when it comes to creating connection, so that I do not end up in a place here that could be difficult, or that I don't end up in a place here that could cause issues. So I don't really see them being in a place of like directly wanting to keep it in person, or like to shift it to be in person. I see them more so saying, I want to keep it online, because that way keeping it online kind of makes things a little bit easier with connecting, and it makes things have an opportunity to kind of create that sense of distance, so that they don't have to worry about something going wrong, so that if there is some sort of issue between the two of you, it's not causing a direct reflection into their waking life, right, with the physical energy of being there. It's more so something that if there is any sort of issue between the two of you, that the energy itself is something that, being online kind of creates a sense of distance. It keeps the peace within their daily life. So I more so see this as something that they would want to keep online rather than move to be in person. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com, for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here for personal reading order number 70. You would like to know thoughts and feelings. Let us see. So I smacked them through those ones. All right. So we have this thought process of how can we make something happen? How can we move something forward? The Knight of Pentacles with the Three of Cups wants to connect. It wants to reconnect, matter of fact, with the Three of Cups. And we want to see some sort of opportunity of movement forward with the Knight of Pentacles. We want to bridge a gap. But we have a lot of fear about how can we go ahead and do so, because we don't want to force something with the Strength card. We don't want something to feel restrictive. We don't want something to feel unnatural. And we don't want to find ourselves be in a negative place here with the Devil. There can be a lot of fears about interacting. If I do this, what are you going to do? If I do that, what are you going to do? How could I impact you in ways that I don't even know, right? There's that sort of restrictive energy that comes forward with the Devil. And so there can be a strong sense of fear about what does it look like to be in your energy? What does it look like to interact? What does it look like to make something happen, right? We can be in this place of fear of the possibilities, of ways that things can kind of have a bit of a fallout, especially if we try to force something forward with the Strength card. If we try to make something happen and then it doesn't really work out, we can be in a place of fear of what is going to be the kind of fallout of the situation. So I see them thinking about how the two of you can connect, how the two of you can move something forward, and what's the possibilities there between you both to kind of get a sense of direction forward, especially when it comes to working together. Because that Three of Cups wants to work together. It wants to connect. It wants to see some sort of good come forward. We want to be in a place of celebration. And it's just a matter of trying to think about how can we overcome some sort of difficulty. How can we overcome some sort of challenge here in being around each other and connecting? So I see them really wanting to reach out, really wanting to be around you, wanting to be in your energy, wanting to create a sense of flow, and just thinking about how they can make that happen, but feeling a sense of hesitancy as much as they're feeling this passion with the Three of Cups. So wanting to be around you, wanting to connect, but how do we make it happen? Let me grab my message cards here. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see. We have I miss your voice. So this is the Three of Cups, Five of Pentacles energy, really wanting to connect, wanting to be around you, feeling that sense of distance between the two of you here when it comes to elements of communication. We also have I hope you're doing all right. So this can also be that idea of the Five of Pentacles, feeling a sense of distance between the two of you, wanting to know how you're doing, wanting to interact with you, wanting to connect with you, but being in a place that's not very sure about how to kind of create that sense of flow, create that opportunity or direction ahead. We'll take the bottom one since that's the one that came out first. We also have issues both sides. So with the Devil card, the string or the chain leads to both people, right? So there's issues on both sides of the table here that can kind of move things forward in one direction or move things forward in another. And it makes things feel a little bit uncertain here when it comes to moving ahead as to how things can kind of move forward. Because if one person reacts one way and the other person reacts another way, we're kind of creating this back and forth influence on each other with maybe not even realizing it. So I see them being in this place of saying, I'm thinking about connecting with you. I want to connect with you. I want to see a direction forward. I don't really know maybe how to make some of these things happen, but I do want to find a way to connect. And I do fear on kind of creating some sort of dynamic between the two of us where one party influences the other in a way that we don't intend or a way that may be negative. But we've got to work through these issues and find a way to kind of bridge this gap here, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and find a way to move forward in a way that creates that harmony here when it comes to moving ahead. So that's what I would say here when it comes to this combination. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com, for the live personal readings if you are interested in having a personal reading here today.